I hit the button. We're
Oh my god, we
live
hit the ball. Look how we're doing this thing right now. Fucking Star Wars, baby.
for Thanksgiving. You know,
Give thanks for Star Wars.
I feel like we used to have good Star Wars movies around the Thanksgiving time, or some dropped on my birthday, December 17th. I remember when.
There's no good Star Wars movie that dropped on December 17th.
I mean, there were a couple ones before the new one. I mean, we
Hmm.
had Phantom Menace.
I thought The Phantom Menace was a spring movie. I thought that was starting the blockbuster season. Now I gotta look. I'm
Look
curious.
it up. I know one or two of them fell on my birthday that were the good ones. I can't remember which one, man. I'm like drinking and stuff.
Yeah, May 19th for The Phantom Menace, just like I thought.
Which ones dropped in December?
The new ones?
No, not all of them.
Yes, all the new ones were in
There
December.
were good ones before the. And to be fair, Force Awakens was pretty good. So that was
Yes, it
super.
was at the time, but now
Hey,
you know it
Carrie,
doesn't
what's up?
mean anything. Hello, Carrie.
That was
Is that all it
creepy.
says? I can't. Creepy. Oh, Carrie says woot woot.
So,
Supplement
uh,
pie.
we have the season final. I'm just going to do spoilers. I know where my uh series you know um 1 out of 10 will lie, but this is going to be interesting for you. I'm very curious to see where one you rate the final episode and where you rate the season as a whole. I think this might be the difference, but who knows? We've been pretty in sync with our reviews, and I think we've come
Yeah,
up with.
even though we're on the back street,
I know, weird. Um,
right, boy? There we go. I finished it.
so let's just start with this episode, and then we're going to do our thoughts of the series as a whole, and then we'll do the series review as well. If you guys don't know how we set our reviews up, because we have structure and integrity here on the Profits of Geek Culture. We do all sorts of integral, structurally sound work. What the
What are
fuck
you
am I?
trying to sell right
I
now?
have no fucking
What
clue
the
where I was
what the
going with
fuck was that?
that. uh,
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
We give
So
you
let's
quality entertainment and no bullshit. This is where you're gonna get the truth.
so let's be brutally honest. Jump into episode 9 before we go into the series as a whole, and I'm just gonna lead off with this one, PB. I fucking thought it was perfect way to end where this series was going. I fucking thoroughly enjoyed this episode a whole lot. And we'll
Pause,
get.
pause,
Yeah.
pause. Episode 1, May 19th. Episode 2, May 16th. Episode 3, May 19th. Episode 4, so now we're doing the originals, May 25th. Episode 5, May 21st. Episode 6, May 25th. Episode 7, December 18th. Episode 8, December 15th. A day that will forever live in infamy. Yeah, I stole that fucking line. Episode 9, December 20th. And
Well,
then, hold on, Rogue One, December 16th. So you got
that's the
that
one
one
I'm thinking about.
pre-birthday.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. One of them was like it went Rogue One, and then I thought, because Force Awakens, we had hopes back then. So I had just think about that. I had Rogue One, which was the
We had pie
first.
hopes.
Yeah, we had really good introduction with Rogue One, which will lead us, ironically, back into Andor. And then, bam, we had Force Awakens, both dropping a day after my birthday or the day before my birthday. I got tickets on my birthday to each of those, and I was riding high. I was like, Star Wars is on a roll. And then Last Jedi happened.
You were high?
It was like we were getting one good thing after another. You remember those days? We came off of the end of the the prequels, which I thought they ended on a good note.
Yes, I said we have pie hopes because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, pie hopes to the sky
Hello,
hopes.
Carmen. Hello, Q's Queen. Thank you for joining
Hello,
us.
welcome to our final episode breakdown review of the final
Of
episode of
fucking
Andor.
Star Wars.
And PB, I know some things in this episode didn't meet your requirement, but as I was saying, this was a great fucking episode. I
No,
loved it all the
no.
way through.
Got this. Technically, I got disappointed by two things in this episode.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. So
We'll just say what
we'll
well.
start off with what disappointed you before we start praising it. So we're fair, and
No,
balanced.
number one, there was no cameo from anybody. Like
I
not
think
even
that's a
somebody who is.
positive.
Oh, okay. That's what I said going in when I started watching the episode. I was like, okay, so who's the cameo going to be? There's always a cameo in the season finale. And then there was no cameo. And I was like, oh, man, made it through the whole episode. And I thought, maybe at the end, somebody could have popped up right at the end, already been on the ship or something like that. You don't fucking know. Nothing. Number two, more importantly, number two is always more important. No lightsaber.
That's what I was waiting for. No lightsaber, because I knew there was gonna be no fucking lightsaber. We called it earlier, but I'm gonna go the opposite stance with you because we need a little conflict. Everybody says we fucking agree on these things. They're like, oh, when you do Mandalorian and now Andor, you have nothing but praises. No, we disagree. It's just good TV's good TV. What the fuck you want me to tell you? If it's good, people are gonna like it. There's not much of an argument you could have there. But uh, so number one, to kind of counter that point, I think it's good not having a cameo because it shows if the show can stand on its own without needing an extra you know person thrown in there for you to go, oh shit, now that episode would have been a 6, but because and I feel like with Mandalorian or shows like this where they have a ton of cameos, what do we always wind up talking about? The fucking cameo. But do we ever really talk
Yep.
about the episode, right? Because you see
No,
Luke, right?
only one thing happened in the season finale of The Mandalorian, and that's Luke Skywalker. Nothing else happened in that episode.
Exactly, but there were a lot of other good moments too. That fight with Mando and Carlo Esposito, that was a pretty cool fight. There were a lot of cool things in that episode, but what does everybody always say? Fucking Luke, baby! Luke's
Fucking
back,
A.
right?
Yeah.
Lightsabers. That was you. Lightsaber.
Fucking
Yeah.
lightsaber, man. That's what's up. Like it's Star Wars. I'm supposed to get my lightsaber fixed from Star Wars, and they're like, not in this show.
so,
Bastards. I say
so,
bastards with a giant smile on my face because the show is just so terrible.
but besides that, how did you think that it wrapped everything up, and do you think it answered stuff satisfactory? Like with all the things they set up, that heist from the guy we knew was fucked. They set up the thing with Mon
Well,
Mothma.
we kind of just see the aftermath of both of those things.
Yeah, we'll get to that because
Like I still don't
That's my
understand
grape.
because it makes it seem like oh, I get what you're saying now. She knew the driver was listening, so she was saying bullshit.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when I put it together too. Like
Because
the
I was wondering
driver.
that too. I was like, why the fuck is she attacking her husband over something that he ain't fucking doing? And he's like, what the fuck's going on?
And this kind of reframes everything because I really wanted the husband to be an asshole because I didn't like him at all. But I'm starting to think now the husband has no fucking clue and he's not spying at her at all. Because then when she drops that about the driver, I was like, oh shit, the husband's a misdirect, right? Because he's a dick. Let's be real. The husband's been a fucking dick this whole entire fucking show. I think we've pointed it out a couple of times where we're like, Mom
Oh
Mothma, the
yeah, he ain't
daughter,
the
great. The
greatest. He ain't
husband,
the greatest.
an asshole. So now we're watching it, and I go, oh shit. He was, and PB, you used this before. He was a red herring. He was that
Mm-hmm.
where we were looking over here going, yeah, the husband's the fucking traitor. He's the one, and it's the fucking drive. Why do everybody? You notice? Wait, hold on a sec. You notice everybody always trusts the driver. Me and you weren't even talking about the driver. I didn't even think about the guy driving her car, like how much shit he must hear. I always thought, when you drive someone, there's like a sacred
No,
code.
when
You don't.
you drive somebody, you're supposed to comport yourself like Alfred.
Yeah. You know how much shit Alfred knows? Tons of shit.
He knows it
And,
all. Alfred knows everything that Batman knows. If he
and,
was
and
20 years younger, he could, take everybody out.
he could probably take everyone out. Batman would be fucked.
You just gotta learn the kung fu.
Oh, Carmen was in my Marvel Snap stream. The pie was delicious. I ate pumpkin pie while playing Marvel Snap and drinking. If you can tell, I don't know how I'm forming words. This is probably the best review I've done. So
Since
thank
when?
you.
You don't like the Black Panther review?
I love that one too, but I was drinking that on that one too. So it's still all tracks. I think I give a better review drinking. Let me know in the comments if I'm making sense. Anyways, so the driver.
So far, so far.
So the driver. Did you expect that? I didn't fucking see it coming. I don't even think we mentioned him as a suspect. We did our breakdown, our little afterthoughts.
No,
I
I
didn't.
didn't even look twice at the fucking driver.
That shows the
Like
show is great.
nobody thinks to check the driver. The driver
Nobody ever
fucking
checks
knows
the
everything
driver.
that's
I want
going
to know
on.
how many people didn't know he was betraying her. So the husband is just an idiot, which is fine. So
I
he's not
guess.
he's not an asshole after all. He just apparently has no clue what's going on with the finances because she's moving thousands of credit. No,
Hundreds of
no clue,
thousands.
hundreds of thousands, no clue about the kids. So he's just a moron. I, like I kind of feel bad because when all this shit goes down, I guess it's perfect though because the husband legitimately has no fucking clue the shit she's doing behind scenes. So it's just like either he's willfully ignorant, which I gotta imagine if they've been married this long, he's just willfully idiot, and he knows but he doesn't want to know. He probably looked at the bank statement and went, eh,
You
35,000
whoa whoa whoa
credits.
whoa 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 whoa. You think that he looks at the bank statement? No
Well,
fucking way. He ain't
pro-
never
pro-
looked at he goes to the ATM, he takes out the credits, and he goes about his business. He don't be. You think he checks the bank statement? You don't check your bank statement when you know that you're fucking loaded. You don't check the bank statement because it's there. You know it's there.
and that's the
But he
thing that
really don't
gets
check it now because he ain't fucking gambling anymore. He's just a goddamn patsy.
it's and I gotta say, I got so much more respect for Maud Mothma because she knew she like
Oh, she's
she,
dastardly.
she's dastardly
She's like
and
ruining her marriage for the rebellion. She's a real
and
rebel. She's a real rebel.
and on top of that,
But
she also played the
I don't think
driver.
I don't think that she's yeah, I don't think that she's happy in the first place. I don't know if she's necessarily burning a bridge that she didn't already light on fire, but she's using it to the fucking full extent, that's for sure. Use
So
that son of a bitch up, get your fucking rebellion going, and get the fuck out and get on with your life and blow up the goddamn Death Star.
this was amazing for me, and I was a couple of drinks in when I was rewatching, so I don't know if it was better just because drinking
Oh, it was
and
better
other
the second
things.
time? It was better the second time.
Yeah, the second time I was like, oh shit, because the first time you're just in the moment, right? We're just like processing
Well,
everything that
okay,
happened.
well, I know like if I watch it for a second time, some things aren't going to be the same because I was very terrified that two characters in the show were going to get murdered.
Oh, who did you think was gonna be murdered? You tell me your two. I'll see if it lines up with mine.
Well, one, I thought that Luthen was going to be murdered, especially when we got to the end and Cassian jumps on the ship. I was like, oh shit, come on. I just, no, don't. He's the best fucking actor in the entire goddamn show. Like, that's easy. But I'm pretty sure my favorite character in the show is B. I was
Oh my god.
terrified. Oh my god, I was so goddamn terrified. I was sitting here fucking like this, going, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And the guy fucking he flips him over. I was like, oh my god, it's over. I'm never gonna watch this fucking show again. You kill him off, you motherfuckers. And then, because I was like, okay, anybody who is like immediately next to Cassian probably is going to survive because we know that he's going to survive. And then he shows up at the ship, and B was so fucking happy. I was like, oh my god, fucking reunion. Almost got fucking tears in my goddamn eyes. Almost got tears in my eyes again. And I was like, oh, this is so wonderful. Everything's working out for B. I mean, he doesn't have Marva anymore, but he's getting his family back. And then I was like, oh, if Cassian's on the ship, then they can't blow the ship up. Because then the ship will be safe. You know that? Everything will be okay with the ship as long as he's on the ship. And then he got off the ship, and I went, oh god. Oh god, they're gonna get blown up by some crazy bitch in the desert who doesn't know how to control her lightning bolts.
That was a fucking hilarious breakdown. Oh my god. Yeah, a bit of a long-winded, but yeah, B and Luther were mine
Whoa,
because
whoa, whoa,
when
whoa, whoa. Of all of the people on the internet to call me long-winded, it's coming from you?
I mean, you know, sometimes in life.
Okay, T-Dot.
So, um, you, so you have BB, the BB robot, BB-8, right? I was nervous for him because when he got kicked over, I go, "This is how it starts," and then there's gonna be a fucking stray blaster ball that's gonna hit him. I'm gonna hate this fucking show. I was right there with you because I'm
Well, I
like,
thought it was going to be that. Well, okay. Yeah, I was like, he's going to get shot because, stormtroopers, they ain't the
no.
greatest shot in the world, okay? Like, that's common knowledge. I was like, all right, he's going to get fucking shot. And then I was like, oh shit, there's that bomb. And then the bomb made a whole bunch of other fucking grenades go off, and then power sources were exploding. I was like, he's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. But I'll tell you what, there was one person that I was happy did get killed. The fucking snitch. I don't know what happened to you, guy. You're not muted, but the camera's off. I don't know if you're still there. I don't know if you passed out. Did you get home invaded? Are the stormtroopers there
I
right
just
now?
had
I
to.
have no idea.
I just had to use I had to use the bathroom. I'm like, let me make sure my mic's not on because I'm sure the 5 people
It's been
watching
on
do
the
not
whole
want to hear
time.
that. Oh God!
Well,
Oh
no,
God!
the microphone here was on, but I'm pretty sure you hit the button on your headset.
Okay, good, because you would have heard me peeing. That's what happens when you drink. But Zod went again to pee because he has a side. She was on when I was doing my last stream, so I was drinking then. I'm like, okay. After like an hour and a half, I'm like, okay, everybody watching, I'm just gonna go take a restroom break, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, we know. You took a whole bunch of restroom breaks. Are you out of cocaine now?
Yeah,
Ah,
it only lasts for so long.
what a
Does
Thanksgiving.
Yes, and Lutheran was my next call because I go, an actor that great, they're paying
Luthen,
him a
not
shit ton of
Lutheran.
money.
He's not a Christian. He's a Luthen.
Luthen, I'm sorry, Lutheran, where? Luthen.
Luthen.
So Luthen, he gets boarded by Andor, and I gotta say, a powerful scene, and just crazy because he's all like tells him to take him in or kill him, and he's dead serious because he's lost his mom, his girlfriend's all fucked up from being tortured for what months now because it took him from when he got out of prison to
I don't know how long. They don't give any definitive timelines on how much time passes either between episodes or in the episode, even unless the whole episode takes place over the course of a day, which did this one.
no, because it
No,
was night when they
it's
were
like
leaving when
it's like
Lutheran
at
came to get him.
Luthen. It's like
Luthen the 1st time.
4 days. It's like three
Yeah,
or 4 days.
yeah, definitely. Because I'd say it'd take a day and a half or so to plan that prison break. It seemed like time passed, but you can tell because they were in the fucking prison cell, and planets, their alignments are different.
Yes,
Like,
Zod is like a turkey. I'm gonna fucking roast him.
oh, oh gosh, this is becoming a very interesting review. Yes.
Indeed.
So, we have
What about you? What about you? Like, you got any gripes with this show? This episode?
I gotta be honest with
I
you.
gave you two of my gripes, and now you ain't giving me nothing negative. Just
I
like
gotta be.
praise Star Wars, praise Star Wars, praise Star, which is probably warranted for this show.
I gotta be honest. Out of all the shows I've watched, and especially a first season and their first final, is really hard to nail and get everything right. Very few shows can start the season out and have it be good all the way through and also do a good ending. But I'm gonna say that, to be quite honest, even watching it a second time, I couldn't find anything that really bugged me. The pacing was great because it didn't feel slow at any point, but it didn't feel like they were moving fast either. It was like the timing was perfect, the pacing was perfect. A lot of crazy shit happened. Dude, a lot of people got killed. The stormtroopers, even, in big crowds, they're better in big crowds because them lasers fucking hit
They
somebody
can't
every
miss.
time. There were kids in the street and all sorts of crazy shit. I was like, wow, they showed kids getting shot. Like, they don't even have the balls to do that in the movie. So good job, Andor. There were like that little girl from the beginning of the show. Like, she was lying in the street. The one friend he had, the probably the only black dude in the village, he was killed. Which I was laughing. Okay, so they're talking about like diversity and shit, right? So if you look at that show, he was the only black guy in that fucking whole entire town. I'm fairly sure. He was the only black guy I saw. And he's the one that got shot in the fucking head. Did you see that shot? And he drops, and Andor sees his face in like slow mo, and I go, bro, that's fucked up. They killed the only black
No, no,
guy.
no. The snitch was black. The snitch was a black guy.
But no, was he the snitch?
The
I
snitch was
thought it
that
was the
like
white
fat
dude.
black guy.
Oh.
No, the one who was working with oh god, the uncle's kid. Because I can't remember the uncle's name
Oh
either. But
yeah, that's right.
the
He might
dude
have
who's
turned.
in love with Deirdre.
Yeah.
That fucking relationship is weird. And I fucking, as soon as shit started hitting the fan, I was like, I know who's coming to the rescue. I
Yep.
fucking knew it. I was like, holy
Oh my
fuck, man.
god.
This is the he is fuck, what's his name from you? Joe?
Yes, Joe.
He's like Joe levels of stalking, except probably better because he's doing it on an intergalactic scale.
Hey, Aaron. Good to see you.
What's up,
Welcome. You came
Aaron?
in at the weirdest part. We're talking about a character.
We're talking about the greatest stalker in all of Star Wars, and she's gonna fall in love with him. Like
Oh my god!
I thought some
Did we
stuff was
not?
gonna happen in that fucking room.
Did we not
It
call
was
it? There
creepy.
was gonna be a creepy. They were gonna have a creepy love thing. I'm waiting. Look, Disney. You don't have to
I guess
show
I
it.
should say thank you. What the fuck? What was the look like? Both of their faces were. Oh my god! I don't understand what was going on. It was very, very confusing. I was like, it really seems like you're into each other, but you like don't want to be around. Well, he wants to be around her. She's just like, get the fuck away from me, you goddamn scrub. I don't want no scrub.
But then she looks and at that last moment, she's like, "I suppose I got to say thank you." I was like,
Yeah, what do you
and then
think
they
she
cut
said
that, and
thank
I
you
was like,
with? What
"What?"
do you think? What do you think she said thank you with?
I don't even know. Like, part of me,
I'll tell
you
you
know
what,
how
it
you want to
definitely
see
wasn't a
something?
firm handshake.
You know how you want to see something, but you don't? I want to see what their sex life looks like, but at the same time, I don't know if I want that
Oh,
scene because there's some leather, some
I mean,
fucking chaps, there's all sorts of shit in that closet.
I might have a kink or two, but I feel like those two are gonna be off the fucking charts.
Oh my god! And you know what's weird about this whole scene?
Like they'd sell it to Cinemax, and they'd be like, this is too graphic for us."
I feel like And this is why I have nothing bad to say about this final. I feel like they wrap up even shit we didn't like we questioned, but we didn't really want to know the answer. So good for them. They they really tied up everything while leaving that big cliffhanger at the end, and that to me is a perfect episode because it concludes everything that was left dangling the last two episodes, and it leaves you just that little bit at the end where it basically Andor leaves his life to up to Luthen, and he's
Mm,
like either take me in or kill me. And so I was like, this is the point we're seeing right here, where he becomes a member of the rebellion and probably a valuable member if he's in Rogue One and we don't see Luthen. So
I mean,
I would love to know if that
he's the
character
one.
was still alive.
Luthen is the one setting up the missions, and Cassian is the one going on the missions. So that's why you weren't going to see him in Rogue One, because Rogue One is the mission happening.
I wonder if when he gets that mission that's like they're still implying that see this is how good of a show this is. This is how you do prequels, folks. This makes the world a lot bigger. Now you wonder about these characters that you get introduced to if they're out there somewhere because the timelines still match. Like this why couldn't we get like 5 more shows like this? Like this and the Mandalorian is all that we got for Star Wars that's
I mean,
actually doing something good.
no, like it's super easy to take this show and put it above Boba Fett. Super easy. And I liked Boba Fett. Like, it was good,
I hated
but
it.
it's no and like there's too many things in that show where I was like, oh, it's just fucking dumb. This can't be how fucking real life works. Like in the goddamn season finale of that show when Agent May, because I can never remember her fucking name in the show.
Yeah, that's what I called her too. I called her Agent May. I go,
Agent May
that
for
is
the whole
so.
fucking season forever, man.
And
MCU baby.
it's a dude. It's a direct tie-in. See, it's all connected. Star Wars is now connected to the MCU. That is crazy.
So when she shows up by the mods and like saves all of them, and she drives away, I was like, wait a second, none of you people saw her park literally 10 feet away from you. Like you're
Hey,
in
lovely
eyesight.
Sherry.
How could you not know that? Hello, Sherry.
Uh,
Hopefully your
happy.
second movie was better than the first.
What was her first movie?
Spirited.
Oh,
What
oh,
is that? I don't even know what it is.
oh.
It's
You
no
put
Andor,
Will
hey.
Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds into a movie together. And what do you got?
Oh, it's that
It
movie? And it's not good. Like you ain't like
oh,
Ryan Reynolds.
it's nothing good. It's Will Ferrell is funny to me because either he'll give you a classic or a pile of shit. And there's the never in between. Either his movies are really good or they suck so fucking terribly they're unwatchable. Even like Land of the Lost and stuff like that, I try and I'm just like, no.
Wait, so you don't like the Ballad of Ricky Bobby?
But The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, that's a classic. Step Brothers, shit like that. Like those are classics. But the, this is one of the pile of shits. I was just like, you have Ryan Reynolds and you have Will Ferrell. This should be like the height of comedic expression. This should be the greatest thing since sliced bread. You got Deadpool and Ricky Bobby. Now,
Right. Oh my god. Oh, they should do that. Do that. Do one of those couch reviews with Deadpool and Ricky Bobby. That would be
oh,
good.
oh my God, that would be
100
lovely.
million views. 100 million views.
Make it happen. We've got suggestions here. Anyway, uh, we got to where did we get to? Who
Dude,
were we
we're jumping
talking about?
all over the place. We're jumping all over the place. What do you mean?
Okay,
We didn't
what
get
did you
anywhere. We're
think?
just talking about stuff. We're just talking about stuff, man. I mean, I don't know what people in the chat have watched the episodes, but if you got questions about the episode, ask the questions, people. YouTube likes it when you press buttons, especially letters and then enter.
Yes. YouTube, the algorithm. Anyways, so Andor, Binks. What'd you think of Binks? She was fucked up by the
Bix, Bix.
or Bix. Binks. Why do I call her Binks?
Yeah,
Someone said
I don't know
Binks. I thought.
because Jar Jar.
Yeah, there we go. Bix. Wow, that's eerie how close those names are. Anyways,
They're
so
not really
Bix.
that close.
So Binks, Bix. It's kind of the same. Okay. Anyways, so Bix, she gets rescued by Andor. Are we gonna say she is not fucking okay? Um, I've been through that PTSD,
We've never
so
seen anybody who's suffered the after effects of whatever this fucking siren song is. So she'll be the first one that we get to see in any aspect because this show will definitely be back for another season. Hopefully, it'll be back for several more seasons. Like, they need to go as slow as humanly possible because I don't know exactly how much time there is on the board between when this show started and when Rogue One starts because he's accounted for all the way through Rogue One. So they need to like take the opposite approach of House of the Dragon. Call back to the dual stream. Andor needs to go slow. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with House of the Dragon. They're just speeding through fucking time, but they need to take their time with this show so I can get as much time as possible with fucking B. God damn it.
B, wouldn't that be awesome if like R2 makes a cameo and B and R2 met? That would be fucking that would be epic. That I want that cameo to happen. Like, do a droid one. We don't even need like a human one. You could just have him like, they start to get into the rebellion because Andor goes back and picks him up or whatever, and then like he goes through the little rebellion hall, and boom, he bumps into R2, and they have like a conversation, and we can understand what R2 is saying because B can actually talk. So that would be fucking spectacular. But I don't know. I don't think it can happen because R2's with Luke, and who the fuck knows where Luke was during this timeline.
He's still kind of a kid.
Yeah, he's a young.
If it's
What was he?
a couple years before Rogue One, which is right before, like, he's got to be 16 or 17, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there. So it could totally possibly happen to a 17-year-old Luke.
Oh. There's a question.
If you could have added one twist to the final episode, what would it be? Well, shit, man. I don't want to put myself in that place. Like, look, I write. You guys can check out that stream tomorrow with the beautiful books by Jay. We will be doing a stream on writing. But anyways, yes, I did a self-promotion, Mr. Pop Culture PB. God damn it. Anyways.
It's not really a self-promotion so much as it's a promotion for Jackie because it's going to be on her channel.
I did see, a villain can do self.
You're such a nice guy. You're such a nice guy.
So
don't let anybody ever tell you different.
You
go first.
If I could add one twist, I would do something like maybe show the attack at the end to make Lutheran a little bit more of a scumbag. Luthen, yeah. Like, I would have liked to see like them do a shot of like the people getting killed as they're like walking on the ship and everything like that. Because to me, Luthen is awesome, but he's also a scumbag, and I like keeping that on him. Like, you never get to see the people that died, but I think if they showed that plot twist and then he kind of smiles as Andor says his thing, oh boy, because then the audience would be like, is he good? Is he bad? Does he just want to use him? I don't know. Just like something like that would be my pitch. Like, show those people get murdered on the failed operation that he knew was going to fail.
I'm going to fix my grievance. I get a cameo. That would be my twist. Some character that you're not expecting showing up at some point, either to save the day or to set up the next season. Because then you're like, oh, they're going to be an integral part. I don't even care. I mean, we talked about it already. So you wouldn't even want
dialogue? You just show up.
You just gotta. I mean, you can have the minimal amount of dialogue like you had with Qui-Gon Jinn, This show is also better than that show. And you have any idea how many lightsabers are in that show? And this show is better. There's so many lightsabers in that fucking show. They're all over the place. It was great for at least that aspect of it. And this show has no lightsabers, and it's so good.
Okay, so what impressed you? What was your favorite scene? It's really hard in this episode for me because there's so many good scenes.
God, that's a tough one. I probably have to. I mean, go with my favorite character. So when Cassian showed up at the ship, like if I gotta split hairs, I'm gonna have to go with my favorite character because everything else is so close. Like obviously, I like the whole fucking scuffle at the end and the speech. Like that's all one scene, right?
Yep.
And then I like the scene at the very end of the show where he's like, "Okay, I did everything that I need to do. Let's end this." Which, he gave himself up for the rebellion. Like, that was the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's seen what happened to Bix. He's like, oh, I guess they could do that to me, and maybe I'll let some information slip. Like, it's not even going to be on purpose, but you can only handle so much mental fucking torture. Holy shit, before you crack, and you're like, okay, what did I
And
say?
we don't even know the depths of how fucked up she is as a character. Like, wow, that character I was not sure about the whole entire time, but seeing and it's kind of fucked up because like they set her up and you think they're going the empowerment angle, but fuck no, this bitch gets tortured the whole 3 episodes. This whole arc she's just being fucking interrogated this whole time and then let go into the wild. And you got to wonder what the plan is there. Did they do some extra mental conditioning because the Empire is famous for that, and create a little sleeper agent? Maybe that was a backup plan. Who knows? But she's fucked either way because if it's nothing like a trigger, then she's just gonna be fucked up with that PTSD for like the rest of her life. They like and I thought it was going to be beatings or something crazy. No, just listening to that fucking whining track of whatever those things are that kills your soul, apparently. Oh my god. But, yeah, what did you,
Okay, so then if that's what it does to you, they need to enlist a bunch of gingers into the rebellion.
there you go.
Because then I
Oh,
will be able to do nothing. Oh,
The Thing.
The Thing is
That's
the second movie.
Yeah, The Thing is very good. I love that movie.
Okay, The Thing from, what's that? Russell?
Yeah, Kurt Russell with the creature that turns into people, and you don't know who is really.
I don't know if I've ever watched that movie.
Fuck, PB, get on that. Jeez, I'm
Dude,
failing
the
you.
list is so long, and it just gets longer and longer every day.
When we do that surprise stream when we're both in the same location, we need to do like a watch along of The Thing, and we'll get your initial reactions.
A watch along.
Yeah,
You want to do a watch? Like, I don't know how to do the watch along the professional way because then you got to get the timestamp up on the screen and all that stuff. Like, shit's got to be synced. We'll have to talk to the dog.
Yeah. I think we could totally work it though because we could have the dog on the banners put up the time code as we're going along and where we pause and stuff like that to share commentary.
To go and use. Oh, I thought you were going to say to go and do your cocaine in the bathroom.
I mean, we'll have to pause for that. I mean, come on.
Oh, someone's going to take us
Mustache.
seriously. Somebody out there is going to take us seriously. Be like, oh my god.
Nah. If you've been coming to this channel for any amount of time, then you are one of those viewers who knows.
Yeah, they're one of those viewers, like the people who are here. But somebody who hasn't been coming to the channel for a long time, like, I don't know, moviepalette.com, where you can get fine artwork for your favorite movies at a, I don't know, relatively low price, because you can put in the code ZONE15 to save 15%. And help out your favorite villain. Right over there.
Yeah. So go to moviepalette.com. Thank you very much for sponsoring the Fandom Zone, and we will still promote you over here to Prophets Geek Culture
It's part
because
of the fandom zone.
yeah, it's Phantom Zone adjacent. So
Yeah, it's all connected.
it's like the MCU, anyways, or Star Wars. So this this last episode,
I bet they have great movie palettes of Star Wars.
oh yeah, I'd like to see Andor's movie palette. It'll be
It'd be
very
super. I don't know. Like, there's so many hours, guy. Are you kidding me? That's a super long movie. 12 episodes, 40 minutes apiece. A little more.
yeah, that's
It's a
true.
long fucking movie.
Thank you, Planet Q's Queen, for putting down all the appropriate info. I appreciate you. Hey,
Oh
Jack,
shit! What's up, Jackie?
how are you? I'd invite you, but do you know Andor?
Dude, since when does she need to have watched the show to review it with us?
That's true. She is an author.
She's a
Yeah.
fucking expert.
Yes. You know, she's got great insights because of her knowledge with the world of writing. So, I'm gonna send you a link. You can jump in if you can. And there we go. Okay, so I'm supposed to be cooking. That's it's gonna be a wee late. Okay,
You're
so
you're supposed to be cooking.
yes, PB, that
You
is my
told me that
vocation. I'm a chef
you
supervisor
told
now.
me you were doing that before we started the stream.
Yeah, but I got held up with talking and drinking. Oh, nice to see you guys. LOL, I don't and never review anything via watching it myself. Always with your cliff notes. It's heading to bed actually. 4:30 comes quick. I agree. And guys, while uh, Jay is here, Jay, you can put your uh, channel page link. We have our on tongue in cheek tomorrow. We're gonna do subjects on writing, so go check that out. It'll be fun. So PB, hey
What's up,
PB,
guy? What?
what are you looking at?
I'm looking at my phone.
Okay.
I'm fucking listening to you, guy. You fucking taught. You would plug in the stream for tomorrow again.
Oh yeah. So there's the link right there. Anyways, we have 9 people watching. So my
Yes, because
favorite
fucking Star Wars is great. Oh yes, your favorite scene. Tell me your favorite scene, guy.
my favorite scene would have to be the speech that the dead mom gives through BB-8. I don't know about you, man, but the heartstrings were being tugged there. Um, I was like, damn, that actress was really good. I didn't expect them to kill her off in the first place. But then she talks about the spark of the rebellion and we gotta fight these bastards and all this stuff. She gives like that old lady like you know the older people who don't give a fuck about what they say anymore. So they just say what's on their mind and people go, oh, they're old. They can get away with it, right? She gives that like old lady speech like fuck these guys, kick them the fuck out of our town. I
Yeah, which
loved
I
it.
didn't see coming, and then that was like where the terror really started because I was like, the projection is on B, and if they want to stop the projection, I didn't think the guy was gonna go up and like give the biggest pussy throw of a coat I've ever seen in my entire life. He tried to cover it with a coat, which you think would work because it's a solid piece of cloth and that's like a holographic projection. And he's like, that's as good as I can do, guys.
He was
I was like,
such
it's
a
still fucking uncovered, guy, and you didn't stop the fucking words. The words are coming from inside the goddamn robot. They're not coming from the goddamn picture in the sky. The
like
fuck?
when you break it down like that,
Oh
that
my
makes sense.
god.
I gotta rewatch that scene because now I'm gonna be thinking about.
I was like, "Are you gonna?" And then I thought for a second there, I was like, "Okay, well, maybe there's gonna be just this touch of realism to it, and he's gonna go back and he's going to adjust where the coat is covering it to cover that up, but it's still not. It's you're not stopping the sound." And I was fucking scared. I was like, "They're gonna blow up this fucking droid."
But instead, it's another biggest pussy move ever. Like, he was angry that the coat didn't work.
Stop this right now! That'll do.
He flips up. Because it's so weird, because it
And then you
feels
got
like
the other fucking Imperial officer that's behind him, right? Because he gets fucking punched and he's fucking crawling his way back, and then the other guy's doing his best General Hux impersonation. Hold the line. I was like, holy shit, we're throwing the Nazi on thick.
Which, I've got to say, if you're going to do one of those cultural analogies, I think that's perfect. The Empire fits. It's nothing that they're changing. They do have a very weird Nazi kind of vibe, so that kind of commentary works. And I think this is why these writers are so good, because of the shit that they put in. And then that in the writing room, they were probably laughing at how stupid this guy's thing is, and then we're like, okay, at the end, just to make him look like a real pussy, we're gonna have him just get angry and flip the droid. And they're like, oh God, if we kill BB, there'll be a lot of piss. No, he'll just be flipped over. Someone will tie a rope to him, pick him back up. The fans are still at ease. And there you go. Because so it ties a rope around him and starts. That one guy with the beard starts tracking him as the bullets are flying everywhere. This is both a combination of really funny but like really crazy shit happening, and they're mowing down. Like when that dude gets on the big Gatling
Pew,
gun,
pew,
PB.
pew, pew,
Oh my
pew.
God,
It's going
you don't have
crazy.
to be accurate with that. That shit
I mean,
blows
I
up
did,
houses.
I love the way that scene is shot. That you're getting like this, I don't know, like second person view, because it's not like over the shoulder, but they're like following these freaking stormtroopers tight as they're just fucking unloading on people.
This is good because when you think about the setup, the rebels are
Yeah, so
really.
that was a pretty raw scene. It reminded me of January 6th. It was terrifying.
Ooh, oof, terrifying stuff. So, so
The
we got.
worst insurrection of all. Like this one was incited by an elderly lady. It's like
Oh,
almost the same thing nowadays.
oh yeah, yeah, and going for round two. Good luck, lemon pie. I hope
Only
you're not.
only 9 o'clock, and you're only on round 2.
I'm on round three.
Yeah, exactly. Like 9 o'clock, you should be on round 3, and it's 9 o'clock for him. It's not like Carmen time.
Yeah. So we get him jumping. We get the tight views, which I really like because I think it adds to the drama. And they're just mowing down everyone, man. Civilians, mothers, daughters, people crossing the fucking street. Like, they're just shooting everyone. I was like, holy shit, they're showing like actual execution. This show is so like I was like TV
It's
14.
pretty
That's
raw.
odd.
I think raw is a good word.
Yeah, like
Like
I
you're
was
not
like,
see like even when Cassian's infiltrating to break Bix out, and he puts the blaster right on the guy. Like you don't see anything, but you wouldn't see anything if it was a regular gun either, because the gun is right up against them, and you're not going to see any fucking blood because they only stayed on the fucking scene for another 4 seconds or something.
yep.
You're like, oh, he just fucking murdered that guy. Moving on.
And they like to show you like Andor kills people, like, and I like that because you need that guy. And I like that, like he's like that
Yeah,
guy, like,
I thought we were gonna keep getting more of that in Kenobi after the dude fell on the fucking gate and got sliced in two.
yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought
I
too.
thought we were gonna get so much, and then they cut back and like no, like nobody dies after that.
This show, uh, what
They
we've kind of
killing people the whole way through.
like how many people? It's like we gotta go back through. Maybe we'll go through as a fun video and do a death count and just go through
Oh
all of
my
the
god, a
episodes.
kill count? That's a lot of rewatching and paying attention.
Oh
Because you
my
don't know how
god.
many people actually died from all the explosions at the start of that scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not to mention too that right off the bat in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, you got two kills right there because he killed the two stormtroopers, which started this whole thing. So like yeah, if you guys want to see us do a kill count video, let us know in the comments. Uh, I think it would be fun and a very long, 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 long review to do because
No, just
the
I
amount of
mean,
people that get killed and we'd have to pause it and slow it down and
I still don't entirely understand what the Empire thought Cassian was going to do. That he was just gonna like walk out on the street and grab the brick, and they'd be like, "We've got you now, Cassian Andor." It's like, okay, well, that was never going to happen. So you didn't keep enough troops at the place where you knew there was somebody you were holding that was close to him. Because there was a couple people there, but you would have thought that there would have been all kinds of security in that hotel.
well, I give them props because think about it. They know he's close to his mother, right? Most logically, from their standpoint, and I understand this, is that, oh, he's going to come to the funeral to pay respect. That's why you divert the forces because, like, this is his girlfriend. He doesn't know where she is, but he knows his mother is dead, and part of the tradition is, being there. What they don't know is Cassian's a fucking scumbag, and of course he's not gonna pick his mother's funeral. He goes to save the girl, and part of me was like, would I do the same thing? Or what?
What do you no,
Or
like you know that they're looking for you at the funeral. You can't show up to the funeral in any real aspect. And he almost got caught. Like he saw the brick getting marched down the street, and then he vacated the area where they were going to apprehend him because of the fucking snitch who got blown up.
yeah,
Which was good.
uh,
It was so good. I was like, so when all the explosions went off, I was like, hopefully the fucking snitch got it. And then they cut to him. I was like, fuck you, snitch.
yeah, so what is the deal with the snitch? Go ahead and set that up because I even forgot about it. It was still
I
fucking
don't
huge
know.
deal
It
in
was
the
some
Black
guy.
Eye.
It was some guy who's trying to fucking make a buck by turning in Cassian. Like I don't know what the reward was for it, but I think it's like a couple 100,000 credits or something like that. So he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to turn this guy in. I'm going to make that money."
And he winds up getting fucking blaster bolt by the big gun.
No, no,
Yeah, because that was when they were doing. He jumped on the thing, and that's what
no.
exploded inside the building.
He was in. Oh, I thought that he got killed with all the explosions in the beginning after he threw that fucking homemade bomb.
No, no, he died out in front when Cassian was coming down the stairs, and he saw his body drop in like slow motion, and it was the dude. Like,
Hmm. I feel like we remember it differently. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because you watched it drunk.
Yeah, that's true. I could be telling the scene out of order. That's a big possibility.
And you're drunk now.
Yeah, still drunk. I drank another one.
Oh, are
I'm
we
no more for it.
like are we doing late night talks tomorrow night?
Oh, definitely. There's gonna be a late night talks, and I'm doing a
What
Marvel
time?
Snap stream, and uh,
You don't have to work tomorrow.
whatever time doesn't matter to me. I
You
don't have
don't
to
have
work,
to
so
work tomorrow.
yeah.
How did that happen?
I have no clue. I got Thanksgiving, the Friday off, and then I work Saturday and have Sunday off. You gotta negotiate the situations. I was like, hey, you guys really need me on Christmas and Christmas Eve, so those are the days that I'll be working, but not on these other holidays. So PB,
Oh yes.
We're almost done here. So, what's the final rating for this episode?
I haven't thought very long, and definitely didn't think very hard. You don't want to stress yourself out over Star Wars. You want to have a good time with Star Wars. But I did think about it, at least for a little while, because it's not like I watched it right before the stream. I went back and forth, and I went, yep, 9.
9.
9.
Interesting. We're gonna have a
I
disagreement.
told you
I'm gonna.
I had two. I had two because all the objective stuff is there. So I had two subjective grievances, which was no Hondo because that's the cameo I wanted, the Sons of Batches, and no lightsaber. That comes out to a point.
Fair enough.
Because I don't have a problem with anything that happened in the episode. Like everything in the episode, as far as I remember, tracks. Like there are no glaring defects in it where you're like, well, this doesn't make any sense at all. Why would they be doing that? Like you get everything with Mon Mothma, even at the end, like they make that stuff even pay off. They're like, oh, let's do the little intro. And I said, oh, you know that these kids are gonna like each other.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could already tell. So like, yeah. That for me, I'm going with a perfect 10. For all the reasons you stated, but I didn't have any subjective things this week. The cameo thing, I wasn't let down. I thought it was actually a really interesting choice not to do a cameo and let the episode stand on its own. And even with you taking the points off, you're still at a high 9. So the episode did its
Yeah,
job. Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want in an episode of Star Wars? And those are the only two things that I wanted more.
Yeah. And for
Like
me, I didn't want
it hit
anything
all
more.
the
I
emotion,
wanted good.
it hit all of the emotional beats that I needed it to hit, up, down,
Yep.
left, and right.
Planet's Q's Queen said, based on your reviews, I'd give it a 6. Well, LOL, without watching it.
No, you don't want to be giving out numbers before you're watching it. That's
But I
scary
gotta
stuff.
say, speaking of which, what are we gonna give this as a series? All in all, the final big grade for all of the episodes. Now that we've seen everything and we've taken it all in and had these wonderful conversations, so now we're down to just watching uh, the Thursdays will switch to fuck Titans. There we go. Ah, I knew I get it. We're like 2 episodes down, so we got to do that
I'm not.
next.
I'm
Okay,
waiting.
we're 2 episodes we got to talk about, but I want to say that for me, I'd say with our ratings all together, mine would be at like a 9.5 because I've been higher on the previous 2 episodes, but I would be for the whole series as a whole a 9.5 out of 10. Um, there was a couple of things with
What?
pacing. I think they should
A couple of
release
things
these
with
up.
paces, half a point. What the fuck?
And there were a few things we picked out. I can't remember exactly that dropped my score. So if I'm averaging them all, it's a 9.5 because there were a couple of episodes that were in 8.5 or so.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I feel like I gave some 7s.
I think you could have given lower.
Yeah,
Maybe we
because
both did. No, I always went a point
like
higher.
okay, so I only had one episode at a 9.5, right?
Yes.
So if everything else is a 9, 8, or 7, to me it sounds like this show's 8.5. Or the series, the season, whatever you'd like to call it. This group of episodes. Because they're like you said, everything that you just said was true. Those grievances are also true. Like it's a little up and down because Did they continue to follow the arcs that they were? I don't think they did. Now it seems like you had like pre-prison and post-prison.
Yep, that's true.
Because I don't know, like none of the last episodes seem like they go directly together the way that the first three went together, and then the next three went together. Like they were strictly doing what the first one was, like his introduction,
Yep.
and then what the hell was the second group? I don't remember what we called the second group. Damn it, we called it something though.
It was the
Yeah.
bank heist.
Oh yeah, the bank heist arc. Okay, right. And then after that, he went to prison for something that had nothing to do with the bank heist. Which I thought was fucking ironic. I was like, wait, you do this massive fucking crime. They're like, no, 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 no. You were fucking fleeing a scene, walking too quickly. You're,
You get
you're,
fucking a year in prison. Oh my god.
and then you gotta break out of prison. And then, what, he just made his way back to rescue his girlfriend? His former
I
girlfriend?
I
The chick
want to
he thinks is
say
hot? I don't fucking know who she is to him.
I would say though they do link up with the first episodes because he winds up right back where he started, right? But this time in the
No, it went
beginning,
full circle.
yeah, but Andor is different by the time he gets back to where he first started. This is like 101 writing perfectly because the character might wind up
Oh, where
back
are
in the
you,
same
Jackie?
place, but he's different. Now he's done more shit. He's seen what the Empire is. So the original Andor would have just said, fuck it, I want money. But this one is like, I want to be part of this group. I want to, fuck up some Empire people. I don't know. I think they did a fucking great job, man. These are some really good writers. I don't know where Lucas has been hiding them. Like,
Nope,
were they in the
no idea.
basement?
I mean, unless it's somebody who had already worked for them and they've been like working on their skill at writing, like telling a story, showing you a character's progression instead of doing what I would say most shows do is that they just have the character different and then they give you the flashbacks. Like great example of that is when they restarted One Tree Hill. Did you watch One Tree Hill?
Yep.
Did you watch it when they restarted it and Nathan was
Yes.
crippled?
Yep. And no
Right. So he's
explanation.
just magically fucking crippled, and you're like, what in the fuck happened? And then they gotta like go back and tell you the story. I was like, you could have just showed me. That's
Yeah,
what
and
they did
that's
with
like
this show.
6 episodes of flashbacks.
They showed you how Cassian got into the what I would call underside of the rebellion.
Yeah, the shady. He does a lot of like assassinations and stealing shit and stuff. He's a guy that you need because he adds to the cause, right? Stealing the money and everything else, but he's kind of like in the shadows and he gets none of the credit. He's a lot like Luthen as a character when you think about it because they both do shit behind the scenes, but they'll never get credit for it because it's too, dirty. There's too much uh, shit that normal people don't want to do. So I really like that part. Um, yeah, it really shows the connection between the two of them. So good stuff.
And the entire show fucking it looks great. Like it's a goddamn mint.
Oh yeah, the way
They
they
don't
shoot the desert scenes.
there are no disappearing daggers.
No, no, great cinematography. The way that they use a lot of natural, you could tell it's not green screen, it's like on location shooting. Feels very different from the CGI. They CGI aliens and shit, but this feels much natural because they shot outdoors and then they CGI'd into the production and you can't tell the difference. So, very well made, great sound. Did you like that theme at the end? I'm assuming that's going to be Andor's theme. I really liked that song that they had playing. I thought it was pretty good for the little escape.
Oh yeah, that was good. You want to know what I really liked about the end?
What?
I was fucking right.
So what were you right about? Because that was a
Oh,
little.
these Death Star parts they're building.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Because I was looking. Yeah, they were built. The irony is that Andor is going to be killed by the Death Star and has helped build some of the parts for it. So we were both right because we said uh, Death Star parts were being used, and yeah, they've been using forced labor to create the Death Star, which will destroy planets, which leads to Rogue One, which makes this all relevant. Thank you, Disney. They put out a show where it fits with everything else, but it is its own thing. Um, so yeah. So what is our final verdict for this show? What do you think? Where do you think this show lands out of 10?
Oh, I said 8.5.
8.5. I'm gonna go with the 8.5
Oh, now you've
too.
come down to an 8.5. I talked you down.
Now that you talk me down, yeah, and to be an 8.5 is so close to perfection. Like no show is perfect.
8.5 is really good. That's for an entire season.
An entire season at an 8.5, I mean, no episode to me felt like waste or filler or just bullshit. We moved along. Yeah, it was slower, but slow isn't always bad, especially when the last episode of the show that you've been watching for this long actually pays off. And it isn't She Hulk levels of bad. God, She Hulk will go down as the worst final for me now. I got to do a list of the worst finals ever made. She-Hulk would be like close to number one. I think Dexter still holds the crown there, uh, but yeah, this was a great final. PB, any final thoughts? Things you're thinking or predictions for the next season?
Predictions for the next season. I don't know. Like, how close do you think they are to completing that Death Star there? Looks
Yeah,
like
who?
they just had to finish putting the firing cannon together and plug it in. It's a giant plug-in. That's hilarious.
Who? Yeah, who knows? They could. I think they can go. The director talked about wanting to go 3 seasons, so I think there's enough story for 3 seasons. Uh, Hopefully season two
I
gets a
want
lot more
five.
people
I want
watching it.
5 seasons.
You know what's funny? Everybody talks about the really bad shows, but no one talks about the good shows because if all these channels came out and said that Andor was good, people would be watching it, and they don't want to say that Disney has a good product. It bugs me, PB. Bugs me to no end.
Oh, the anti-shields?
Mm-hmm. You know, if
Yeah, I
it's
wonder
Disney, it's
because
bad.
I hear that anti-shells, they're not anti anything. They're pro good. Well, if that's the case, then you should like this show a lot.
Yeah, and yet, because I think of how good this story is written, we won't ever hear any of those channels say anything because there's really nothing to pick out that's you could logically pick out and make the argument that this show is woke or anything like that. Uh, I think it's just a really good, well crafted story that will go on 3 years and hopefully give us the best Star Wars yet. So that's all I got for this, Mr. Pop Culture PV.
Darkness.
I heard that you have some shorts. Anything you want to plug or anything before we go?
Yeah, go to my channel, watch a video. Just put in Pop Culture PB into your favorite search engine. And that'll take you to my channel on YouTube. Then you can watch a video and you'll laugh. Because people like little animals. They're funny and cute.
Go check out General Zod's Phantom Zone. I got a review of the menu coming with Bitchy. It's going to be our Just Bitching. and it should be fun because we love the movie. It's going to be a spoiler review, so that's why we're waiting a little bit. I want to give people a chance to see the movie before I spoil the shit out of it. But we'll probably do that on Sunday. I got some other great reviews coming out as well, and my top 10 movie list. And you'll be surprised, Nick Cage might actually lose the
You're
number
gonna
one
do a top
spot.
10 movie list before the year's over. You're not gonna like. How do you know that you're not gonna have Avatar 2, The Way of Water, in
As
your
a matter as a matter of
worst
fact,
top
my
10 worst?
my top 10 is actually going to be
I'm still
done.
gonna go see it because it's gonna look awesome in 3D.
Uh, I'm going to make my top 10 list after Avatar because I'm going to see. You guys know how I feel. This could be a Wakanda Forever situation. So now I'm a little
Wakanda.
more open to seeing these second movies. So I'm going to give Avatar Way of the Water a chance. That and the stupid fucking unobtainium and all that bullshit that was in that first movie. I'm going to go in with a clear perspective and go and watch this. But did you hear what James Cameron said? That cocky motherfucker, that arrogant son of a bitch. You guys know how I feel about James Cameron, okay? He comes out and says that Avatar has to make $2 billion. Are you so,
It
PB,
does. I'm sure it does, and then he'll probably make $40.
PB,
I don't know how much money he spent to make this fucking thing.
dude, 10 years, a $2 billion
Yeah,
fucking
but
butt.
isn't number three supposed to come out in like another year, and then four comes out like in 2 years or something like that? Like the next two are supposed to be really close together, so it makes me think that he made those ones already. It's kind of like an Infinity War Endgame type thing. Like they didn't necessarily have to make a lot of stuff for Endgame because they did them all at the same time. They just split the actual product that they were putting on the screen into two. It's just one story.
Put $2 billion on your first movie after 10 years.
Well, I feel like that's doable. Think about how much more movie tickets cost. If as many people go and see this movie as saw the first one, it'll make $2 billion.
Yeah, I don't know. I would call bullshit. I definitely do not think. Look, Spider-Man couldn't do 2 billion, and it got close, and we all know that Spider-Man movie was like top tier. So if that could make $2 billion, I don't think fucking Avatar 2 is gonna do 2 billion. I call bullshit. I'm gonna call this one. He is not. I I would be shocked if this movie even cracked a billion. I'll be that bold.
Yeah, it's gonna make
No
over a
one
billion
fucking
dollars.
remembers Avatar.
It's gonna
Everybody
make
who
over a
remembers
billion
Avatar
dollars.
is our age or older.
Okay, that's even more of the reason why it's going to make $1 billion, at least a billion.
I would say at the very at the very least, it will make $1 billion. Yeah, but I don't think it will make any more because I just don't think it has that thing that Mr. Powers has. That what does he call
Wait,
it?
Doctor Evil's Irish. I did
No,
not know
you
that Doctor
fool.
Evil was knockoff
He's
Irish.
not Irish. He's just got a bit of an accent because I'm doing it. See,
Scotty-O!
An Irish Doctor Evil would sound more like this. He'd be like talking like a damned leprechaun with his lucky charms and all that.
Sure.
It's James fucking Cameron's. Yes, I know, raising the bar and all that bullshit.
No,
Look,
James Cameron is hit and miss. It's not like everything is the greatest fucking thing ever when James Cameron makes it. Like
in his
Avatar,
mind it is,
no,
but
Avatar looks awesome. That's part of the draw. That's like Avatar, you got both people. Like, if somebody out there is going to tell you that Avatar is this great fucking story, they're feeding you a load of shit. But if they went to go see it because the effects look awesome, There's lots of people that are going to see it just for that. And I know Perp fucking hates it. He's like, oh, I don't have enough options to not see it in 3D. How many fucking options do you think I had to see Wakanda Forever in 3D? Not a fucking enough.
Yeah, Perps. And
He's
go check out Perp
anti
Minded.
3D.
Go check out Perp Minded because he's got some pretty funny takes. We went back and forth on the Wakanda Forever. That's been an interesting one. So, yeah, definitely check that out because he comes in at the end with a very interesting take on that. We
Yeah,
went back
fun.
and forth about this one. Very interesting take.
He
I
needs
res-
$2 billion to get his Volkswagen out of the Marianas Trench.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't know how the fuck, but it's James Cameron. Every time I talk shit about him, he pulls a miracle out of his ass. Who fucking knows? Yes, I'm gonna watch the Christmas special. Kevin Bacon, the real fucking Kevin Bacon, gets kidnapped by Drax and Mantis, the two fucking weirdest characters to pair on an adventure. I'm in. I was in when I saw
When does
Kevin
this
Bacon.
come
I
out?
go, you
When does
got
it?
me,
Whoa, whoa,
Disney.
whoa, whoa. When does it come out?
Tomorrow or maybe later today. I'll be
What?
watching it tonight. Fucking Kevin Bacon gets kidnapped, dude. Do you know the wacky shenanigans? And they got Chris Pratt for a short, like 45-minute holiday special. They got all the cast and
45
Kevin
minutes
Bacon
special.
getting kidnapped. Fuck yeah, I'm in, bro. I can't
This is
wait,
gonna be awesome. This is gonna be fucking awesome.
dude. I messaged Perp and I go, hey Perp, I have my top 10 movie list. Can I put a holiday special in there? Does that count as a movie? Because it feels
Maybe.
like it's an episode, but they're calling it. Was the holiday special by Star Wars considered a movie that you guys try to ignore, but it happened? Uh,
I don't know if it counts as a movie.
yeah, Carrie, this is on Disney Plus. They're going to have
Yeah, but
Drax.
Disney Plus does stuff all the time. I need to look. I hate
Yeah,
you.
it's going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy
God, Andor,
holiday
Andor
special.
is such a good show. You didn't even you like. We gotta talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Fuck Andor.
Hey, we've already
Marvel
established.
wins again. Marvel wins again.
They've established that Marvel and Star Wars are connected. We saw that with Agent May. So it's all connected, PB. It's the same universe. We predicted it.
Yes.
You told me years ago, you said Marvel and Star Wars are connected. And I
It's
argued,
all
I was
because
like,
of
no,
Agent May.
but you were right. They introduced Agent May, and I go, that motherfucker, he knew this whole time that Disney, Star Wars, and the MCU were connected. We just had to wait, but there it is. Bam. So, yeah, holiday special.
Isn't there a coming soon area? I thought there was a coming soon area. The
Yeah,
hell?
it's like on their banner. I clicked it, and then it had the trailer.
Trailer? Oh, you
Yeah, we
fucking
should show a
balls.
trailer. Hold on, I should find a trailer of
Yeah,
the
find a
holiday
trailer for
special.
this thing because nothing will. Oh, streaming
Oh,
tomorrow. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Drax and Mantis are drunk.
yeah, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up this trailer for everyone to watch. So where
Okay,
is it?
I will hold on. You pull trailers.
Yeah, I think it's
He's
under
not going to
Marvel
find the right
Entertainment.
one. Just okay, yeah. Why don't you just go on Disney Plus and play the trailer?
Because Disney Plus doesn't show up on my computer, they block it. So when you start playing something on their thing, they turn the screen black. True story. You can't.
You can't screen share Disney Plus.
Nope. Or Amazon either. They do the same thing. So here is the trailer for the
Full screen,
special.
please. There we go.
All right, and here we go.
It's going to be loud.
I just saw him.
Move the
Earth,
mouse
it's
off
almost
of the
Christmas
fire.
time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone.
Oh, they gotta
Maybe if we go to Earth.
they gotta cheer up Peter because he's sad.
Oh,
I
that's
thought-
the whole thing. Peter's the one who's going to be the crux of this story. That's going to get Drax and Mantis drunk. They're like passed out on the fucking street in this little screenshot that I seen.
They're
Yeah,
really
Nebula.
wonderful
Everybody.
presents,
He
Kate.
said everybody.
It would make him happy.
The perfect present.
Something special he will never forget.
What about someone special?
Pause.
That is the best scene.
Someone special he'll never forget. Like, I thought the whole thing is he's sad because he lost somebody special that he'll never forget.
Well, you know,
No, they're
fucking
just
Captain
trying. They're just trying to replace her. Like,
with
what's
the
the
best
other-
person ever.
Yeah,
I
and you
want.
already spoiled it. I would have never known that it would have been him. I would have been like, oh my god.
Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
Your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. You come with us. That's a Christmas present.
Can you imagine this big? Can you imagine this big motherfucker
God.
coming into your house and being like, "You're coming with us as a Christmas present"? Like, what?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Fucking Romulans
Oh my
coming
God.
to take you away on Christmas.
Cosmo! Dude,
Introducing Kevin Bacon.
that is fucking epic.
Oh my god. Christmas come early.
I can't wait. And it's coming tomorrow, which is technically going to be today later. I forgot I streamed earlier. Yeah, but we
November
definitely
25th.
should review that. Like,
It should
the
be out in
poetry,
like
LOL.
5 hours or something. Don't they release everything at like 2 a.m. in the morning our time?
I think so. I think I might be up. We'll see. I'll be like, Kevin Bacon.
I'm not going to be.
I'll be like, I gotta stay up. Kevin Bacon. Man, I can't wait to see that. But yeah, that'll probably be our next review. I can't wait. This has been my most anticipated Marvel thing. That's sad. I've actually been waiting for
Guardians of the Galaxy is great. Both Guardians of the Galaxy are top tier Marvel films.
Yeah, so I think, you know, a lot of people have been looking forward to this. Werewolf by Midnight was pretty good as well. A lot of people got killed and disintegrated and arms ripped off. Yeah, check out Werewolf by Midnight. But anyways, yeah, so my top 10 list will be interesting this year. I don't know if I can put a 45-minute Marvel.
It's your
special.
list. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it might crack in there because I mean, you know, fucking Kevin Bacon in the MCU, he's canon. He's canon now in the MCU. This has been the
100%.
best. This has been the best. Like,
Is he a
back
Skrull?
end.
Is he a Skrull?
No, they just fucking kidnapped the real Kevin Bacon. They were in
Yeah, no,
Hollywood,
no, no,
man.
no, 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 no. I'm saying, is the real Kevin Bacon a Skrull?
Ooh. Dun dun dun. He might be. He doesn't age.
That's how you
Normal
finish
man.
an Andor review.
Is Kevin
Jesus
Bacon
Christ.
a scroll? You guys decide anyways. Have a good night.
Bye.